My name is Pam Frank-Cole, and I have the honor of serving as the Executive Director for the Challenge Foundation's Arizona program. I will also be your host today as you hear the stories, see the impact, and hopefully decide to join our mission. I have been inspired by the resilience of our Challenge Foundation community this past year, and I am grateful for the opportunity to share a few stories with you today. The Challenge Foundation may, on the surface, be known as a scholarship organization, but by the end of this video, you will have an understanding that our commitment, purpose, and mission are much greater than that. We accept new scholars each year, beginning in 5th grade, and partner with outstanding schools like All Saints Episcopal Day School, Valley Lutheran High School, Phoenix Country Day School, Xavier College Prep, and Brophy College Prep to ensure access to quality education for our scholars. Along the way, we are also creating opportunities for summer enrichment, career exploration, strengths assessments, community building, skill building, field trips, new experiences, and so much more. Each scholar is also matched with a mentor. Later, you will hear reflections from one of our mentor-mentee pairs who have been on their journey for 7 years. At the Challenge Foundation, we make and keep promises. We are committed to this 12-year journey, 5th grade through college graduation, and there is a lot of life that happens in 12 years. Many ups and a few downs. We have experienced an immense increase in families requesting help in the last year, some as a result of illness, some as a result of joblessness, some as a result of years trying to make it work on their own, only to realize the only option left was to ask for help. You will hear directly from one of our families a little later. Griselda was courageous enough to share some of the hardships her family has endured, describe how Challenge Foundation was able to help, and what the future looks like. This year also brings an exciting milestone for us. 8 years ago, we started the Challenge Foundation Arizona when we selected 4 5th grade scholars. In a few short months, those 4 scholars are going to graduate from high school and begin their college journeys. Some of you may be thinking, but wait, there are already 2 scholars in college. Yes, in our first year, we accepted 1 class of 4 scholars and 2 slightly older extraordinary siblings. Kicking us off is one of those seniors. Diego has had a remarkable journey with the Challenge Foundation. As an individual living with type 1 diabetes, it is only with the assistance from Challenge that Diego has been able to get his diabetes under control with the use of an insulin pump and continuous glucose monitor. The Challenge Foundation is committed to covering these ongoing expenses. Having his health stabilized has allowed Diego to fully explore his talents and maximize the opportunities.
Before the Challenge Foundation, I really didn't know that these opportunities and these, things existed, and that these schools existed, and these kids had so many opportunities and so many different chances to do so many different things. And I was just excited that I was going to be able to get the chance to do these things as well. So I was hopeful and excited and scared at the same time, but yeah, it was great. In the beginning, we really didn't know each other. We were just some 4th grade kids that got accepted into the same scholarship program. We were all very different, but at the same time, we kind of all clicked from the start. And now I see them as brothers and sisters, and someone that I can really call whenever I need anything, or someone that I can just talk to and just be myself around, because I've grown up with them. I've seen everything with them. I've been through everything with them. And I really feel like these are my best friends, and these are the people that know me the best, and the people that I truly trust and care about the most. Every day after school, through 5th through 7th grade, we had an after-school program called Gotham Primetime that just gave us space between the Challenge Foundation scholars just to get our work done. But I feel like during these 2 hours, we really got to know each other and really got to just conversate and just reflect on our days, reflect on our relationships. And I feel like these moments, these small moments really put a seed in my soul to kind of just grow with these people and just to learn so much and just to grow as a student and as a person. So it's not the simplest thing and the easiest thing from taking a student from a low-income environment and putting them in a whole different setting with a whole different group of people who kind of already know each other and are going through the same thing. It's really easy to see yourself as an outsider and see yourself as someone who really doesn't belong. But what the Challenge Foundation has really helped me do is go outside of my comfort zone to prove myself and prove my worth, that in showing others that I do belong here and I do deserve what has been granted to me. And it's been, in the first couple of years of the Challenge Foundation, it was a lot of conversation and a lot of experiencing with different people in a different environment. And I had to face people that didn't know about where I came from and didn't know side stories from people like me and from different sides of the city. And it was both a learning experience, not for that person, but also for myself. So after All Saints, I heard about a high school called Brophy College Prep by downtown Phoenix. And at first it was just, the school that all the kids from All Saints were going to, that kind of had the same opportunities and granted us the same education as All Saints did. So that was like my first mentality of Brophy, and like, okay, I'm just gonna continue this great education that I'm having in a new place and it's gonna be great. But I feel like that the good thing about the Challenge Foundation is that it's not the same throughout the whole journey. There's many changes and there's many new opportunities throughout the way. And I feel like this change of environment and change of education in Brophy has really helped me, build a different persona, find different things to be passionate about, find different things to learn. And I feel the Challenge Foundation has really granted me to be the most adaptable I could be and to be the most open I can be to take advantage of all these opportunities and these blessings that have been given to me. Just challenge myself to find ways to make a change with my story and my narrative, if it's by leading the advocacy club in my school, by leading the Dream On campaign in my school, by joining and being a fellow in organizations around Arizona that helps immigrants, if it's by exploring my musical talents and giving me all the new opportunities and chances that I could have to grow my passion. But overall, I've just been proud of how open to change I have been and how open to new opportunities I have been in the last nearly 8 years. So my mentor is Pete. Pete is a great guy. I feel like the mentorship program is very helpful for us students because it gives us a look into the reality that we really don't get to see. The lives of successful adults, the life of adults who care for their community. I feel like my favorite memories with Pete, he has helped me do a lot of cool stuff, like meet lawyers, meet business people, meet a lot of different people here in Arizona who have different professions. But I feel like the things that I cherish mostly with Pete is just going to a coffee shop and just having a talk and talking about life and see how things are going. And it's definitely something that I've learned to enjoy throughout the years. But as I've grown as a person, I've really learned to cherish these meaningful conversations that's helped me learn a lot more about myself and my community and my environment. I feel like my parents don't appreciate anything more than the Challenge Foundation. When we entered the Challenge Foundation, I feel like we all just thought it would be just an educational program that would help my sister and I be better students. But the Challenge Foundation has not only changed my sister and I's lives, but it's changed my whole family's lives. It's been the family that we needed when we really didn't have many people to go to. Before the Challenge Foundation, they saw the brightest future in us, but they were also, they also really didn't know how we were going to get there. And the Challenge Foundation helped them and helped us and helped me get to the best position that we could. I want to study both music production and political science in college because those are the two things that I'm mostly passionate about. And I feel if I can find a connection in both of them, I can see myself in both fields and I can really see myself bringing my experience and my narrative into these both. I don't see the Challenge Foundation as just a student or a certain person or just Pam, Julie, and Kim. I see it as the whole community that has helped us get to the place that we are. And I can't put into words how how appreciative and how grateful I am for every single person that has kept us in their hearts and their minds and their prayers.
Listening to Diego reflect on the power of the Challenge Foundation community is such a gift. As a staff, it is our hope that we are creating a scenario in which the scholars are comfortable in their own skin, empowered to be their true selves, and believe in their potential. It is reassuring to hear that we are fulfilling that goal. Diego also shared a little about his relationship with his mentor. Here to tell us a bit more about the mentoring program and its impact on both the scholars and mentors are a pair who have realized that when we take time to look beneath the surface, we often discover we have more in common than we think.
My name is Vicky Takei. I'm part of the original group that started the Challenge Foundation and the first group in Arizona. I remember she took me to McAlpine's, that little ice cream shop and vintage shop. I remember we were just sitting in the booth and it was just like really awkward, but like we were trying to get to know each other, and we had a lot in common, and I found it weird that an adult could have so much in common with me. And then we walked around the vintage store and I realized how much more we were in common. So I just thought it was very sweet that it was so compatible with my mentor, and that to this day, like, she's helped me so much and she's helped me know more about myself.
So it was baby steps, and you know, at some points I was like, maybe could have been frustrated that like we weren't clicking as fast, but now, where we are now and like ready to road trip together, and like, you know, we found our common grounds in music and thrift shopping, and you know, it took time. It's grown into a really, really great relationship, and that time and space, giving her space, and you know, not trying to push or shove anything down, it made us be able to find things naturally that made us have this good relationship that we do have now. I've taken her to some thrift stores, and I remember she bought a series of Shakespeare books. And so she did, that was really fun. She was very excited about that. So I like, you know, our lunches or shopping, and I'm really looking forward to going to NAU with her next week and taking her around campus and showing her one of my favorite cities and just seeing her experience a whole new city that she's never been to. So that probably will become my favorite. I wanted to thank them, and I have, that they would trust me with their daughter, with their baby, and thank Vicky for just, I know she always has fun, and but I'm sure it's not like, you know, her highest priority thing is to get together with me all the time, but she makes the time, and she does, you know, and I know for a teenage girl in general, it's like I appreciate her time and her willingness to, you know, just have these opportunities to hang out and talk, and we talk about it so much now. It's really fun to see, again, a young teenage girl. She can help prep me for my own daughter, but I just really appreciate her willingness, and I think, you know, she could have given less of herself easily, and I wouldn't have pushed. But I really appreciate that she has been so open to it, and I hope she's gotten as much out of it as I have.
I just admire that love for her family so much, and she's like transferred that love to me, which is pretty sweet. So yeah, I think she's probably like one of the strongest women I know. I think I'd thank her mostly, because like I said, most of the things that I've done with her, I wouldn't have been doing. I'm getting emotional. She's seen me grow up, and I know even my mom like really loves her. Like, they haven't had that many exchanges, but she really loves her because my mom knows that I'm like a very reserved person. I'm really quiet. I don't go out much. So I think I just thank her for that. And I tell her that if it weren't for her, like little bits of me wouldn't be who I am today.
We are so grateful to our scholars for being open to forming new relationships, and to our volunteer mentors who commit time and effort into creating new opportunities for our scholars. You can tell from Vicky and Stephanie that the openness to invest in someone else's life is mutually beneficial. Diego spoke about the impact of access to quality education and opportunities. Vicky highlighted the importance of role models and new experiences. The third piece of our community is our partnership with parents. The Challenge Foundation wants to do whatever we can to eliminate instability in our families for the benefit of our scholars. The Challenge Foundation ensures that families facing hardships get the help they need. Whether it is a sought-after appointment with a medical specialist, a utility bill that needs to be paid, legal advice that is necessary, rent assistance, help with groceries, or new housing. We have these safety measures in place because we know how fragile stability can be when the household income is in line with the poverty level, when resources are limited and hard work does not translate into financial security. Next, you will hear from Griselda, who has courageously shared her family's journey through 2020.
My family consists of me and my husband David and our 4 children, Christopher, Gabriel, Emily, and Sophia, and our small puppy that we just got. We are a very loving family. We try to teach our children, the best, as in morals, values, respect, and family comes first.
I am Chris Alvarez, and I've been part of the Challenge Foundation for 4 years, from 5th to 8th grade. Well, one of the biggest things that the Challenge Foundation has given me was the opportunity, because when I was in Madison for 3 years, I never thought I'd be in this private school where it's really nice and beautiful, a place where I can be comfortable and meet new people. I just never really expected it, and the fact that I got accepted into the Challenge Foundation was really shocking to me. And if I could see myself back then, I don't think I would believe what I would be doing right now.
We are very, very happy. We're excited with the future that Christopher is now going towards, and we love it. We are very, very thankful for the foundation, for everything that it's done for our family and Christopher. 2020 was very hard for everybody in the world, and for my family in specific, we did have just a little bit of some issues with 2020. Number one, with COVID, that it affected a lot of families very tragically, and for my family, the children being on Zoom all the time for school. Also, my husband, the company that he worked for a very long time, they decided to close, and they had to let go a lot of employees who have been with the company for many, many years. So I know, my husband and I were like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? He's the one that pays all the bills, the one that holds the household. So we weren't sure what we were gonna do. We were renting a house, and while we were renting there, the owner decided to sell the house. So with a very short notice that she gave us, we had to hurry up and find somewhere to live. And finding a new place that's safe, that has a school close by, where we both can go to work knowing the kids are at school, they're home alone, they're gonna be safe, they're gonna be okay, we don't have to worry. But when you're rushing and you're just not, thinking very, very well where you're gonna go, is what's scary. I couldn't count on my family either. My parents are also going through some things at their household, and I didn't want to expose my children to that. So we made the difficult decision to, okay, we're gonna have to separate. And so we left my 3 younger children with David's family in Yuma permanently, and we left my oldest, Christopher, with me and David here in Phoenix. And that was difficult because you never want to leave your kids with anybody. You always want your kids to be with you. And we told them, you know what, right now we can't afford for all of us to live together. So me and David stayed here, and we both worked nonstop. Christopher, we would pick him up and drop him off for school. And I'm sorry, but it was a very emotional time for me and my family. Before we reunited, I reached out to you guys, the Challenge Foundation. Me and David, we spoke, and David, you know, being the man of the house, he felt that, you know what, I don't want anybody to help us. I'm the one that provides, and I should be the one handling this. And I told David, we need help, David. You know that we need help. We can't bring the kids over here living with my parents like me and you are, because I have 2 brothers that are really bad in drugs, and they live with my parents. So that's the main reason why I could not bring my 3 children who are smaller than Christopher to live with us. I didn't want my kids, who I've been protecting so much, to have a healthy and loving home, to see something that isn't. We were finally, once we reached out to you guys let us know immediately. You guys can count on us. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel shy. If you guys are going through something, anything, whether it affects Chris or the whole family as a whole, you guys can count on us, because we are here for that. And once we did that, you guys immediately told us, you know what, we can reunite you guys. We will figure out a way to bring you guys together so you're not separated. Because me and David were also, on the weekends, we were driving back and forth to Yuma every weekend. So once we spoke with you guys, and you guys were able to help us into getting a place to live in the meantime until we found a permanent home, that was very, very amazing. It was the happiest day once we got to that house. We were so happy in that rental house, because we were finally able to bring the kids. So we spent New Year's here together, and the children were so happy to finally be back, to finally see me and their dad permanently, to see Chris. Now we are finally in a permanent home that me and David live in with the kids, thanks to you guys. We are now looking forward to a brand new chapter, a brand new year for all of us as a family. Christopher got accepted into Brophy for high school, and my family is so happy, so proud of him.
I applied for 3 high schools: Brophy, Phoenix Country Day School, and Bayou Lutheran. So far I've been accepted into all of them, and I'm really grateful that what I have done has led me up to this, that I even have options that are available to me. It's worth it. Everything in this foundation that we started with you guys has been worth it. It's a team effort. You know, it has to do with your child, the parent, and the Challenge Foundation all working together. So, you know, I've told Chris, from now on, if you ever feel that you need advice or you have any worry, you can ask Pam and Julie. You know, think of them as a sister or even a second mom. You know, if I'm not there or your dad's not there, you can count on them.
The privilege we have to be on this journey with our scholars and families is something we try to never take for granted. It is an honor to walk alongside hardworking, dedicated parents who want the very best for their families, but who lack the resources, education, or access to make it happen on their own. It's an honor to walk alongside young people who are eager for the opportunities and take full advantage. This is what the Challenge Foundation is all about. This is the journey we are inviting you to be part of today. Now that you have heard the stories and seen the impact, I invite you to invest in our mission. Your investment in our mission means that more 10-year-old, under-resourced kids will have the opportunity to grow into 22-year-old college graduates. It means that more parents will see the dreams they have for their children realized. It also means that we can continue to keep our promises, to step into the gap when needs arise and offer support when it is most critical. As you consider my invitation to join our mission, please know that the Challenge Foundation operates with less than 4% overhead cost. Don't forget, you can take advantage of the Qualified Charitable Organization Tax Credit. While the limits on this tax credit are $400 per individual or $800 for joint filers, remember that these dollar amounts have a direct benefit to you, and I ask you to consider if you can give a little bit more. To maximize your donation, we're thrilled to highlight that once again, the Valley Guardians are presenting a matching gift challenge. This year, the Valley Guardians have generously increased their support with their gift in the amount of $350,000. This matching gift from the Valley Guardians is a dream come true. Please help us turn their $350,000 into $700,000 for the scholars. Right here on the video screen, you will see the donate button in the upper right-hand corner. Clicking on that button will allow you to make your contribution to Challenge right now. If you're more tech savvy, you may want to take advantage of our text to give option by texting TCFAZ to 41444. If you're a little less tech savvy or simply prefer a more traditional way of giving, you may send your check to our mailing address. All of this information is available to you right here on the screen. Simply click on the donate button or scroll down to find the information I have mentioned. Additionally, if you would like information about our mentoring program, you will find that on the donation page. We need your help. The last year hit our budget hard as we stepped into the gap to provide individual scholar support and meet the unprecedented needs of our families. Thank you for taking time to learn more about the Challenge Foundation and the impact we are having. We all appreciate your time and your support.
Thank you, Challenge Foundation.
Thank you, Challenge Foundation.
Thank you.